Well, hello and welcome everyone to Contest of Speed's top tier of the Americas, Tier 1. We are coming to you from a gloomy, must be said, Shanghai, China, the Shanghai International Circuit. I am Kid and Petter, joined by my trusty colleagues, everyone's favorite Australian Bodhod, and everyone's least favorite Canadian, Kano. How are we doing tonight?
Not too bad. He's not my least favourite. I like the bloke.
Yeah, you're right. actually that one dude that killed a bunch of people on a bus a few years ago. Yeah, he's probably everyone's least favorite Canadian. Kano's coming in next to last. And actually, I'm lying. I like Margot Robbie better than I like Margot Robbie better than Bodhod. No offense, but Fenrique was the first out on track. I think he's going to be the first one with a hot lap here in China. Looking forward to this race. We had an eventful one last night, at least from my point of view. I think for Bodhod as well, he diced his way through the field doing that hard to medium strat. Worked out. It must be nice having the right strat.
Yeah, definitely. It was a good race last night. Let's hope these guys put on another good one. I'm sure they will. Plenty of pace, plenty of contenders. So.
Yeah, they certainly should be. I think this is going to be a decent one. We're working on the weather report for the race itself. It does look like it's about to rain here in qualifying, but it is not. Kano down in the pit lane.
Info from one of the drivers in the Alpha. He said that qualifying is going to be very cloudy, and that the race is going to be, if I believe I'm correct, it was dry and cloudy as Mitch on the outlap loses the back end. So it'll be dry and cloudy, but he said there might be rain at the end. It's very late. It depends on safety cars and how long the race may take, but it is possible in the race to maybe possibly have rain.
Well then, I guess that seems like a bit of a spanner in the works for the drivers. Similar to last week in round one, where we had some rain at the end. It's Spain. Yeah. Watching here, Fenrique did slow up before he crossed the line. I think he was just trying to rubber in the track a little bit on those softs. Not sure. I think Forza Fredo also going to go in on that first lap. Track temp's got to be pretty low, just based on the sheer lack of sunlight here. I think
it should be better for the tires, though.
Yeah, it should be better for the tires, and this is one of the more abrasive circuits. Is R-Bar coming around with that pink helmet? Kind of looks like Ricardo's helmet last year, like an off-brand version of it. I kind of like what he's doing. Big fan of white helmets, personally.
I'm on board with Swarner at the moment, and he has gone purple sector 1. He is on the softs, and he does look like he is on a hot lap. I don't know if he'll bail out, but
you can follow along with that AlphaTauri.
But we've already they've already beaten the fastest time from AM2. Oh, he invalidated. Oh, he really was going for it too.
Hate to see it. I'm gonna ride along with Lopez as he's about halfway through sector 2 here. R-Bar did come in with the fastest lap. He's the only one aside from Nicholas who's about 4/10 off of R-Bar's pace that actually did put a competitive lap in there. I think DK, Katie, Fatal, Fenrique all kind of slowed up across the line, so that lap would not count. I know some of these guys are going to want to go on mediums. Medium to hard might be a pretty preferred strategy for some of these guys, although you can one-stop going soft to hard. It does take a little bit of tire management, though. As I mentioned a minute ago, the track surface here is extremely abrasive, especially for the soft tires. Going to be hard to get more than 7-8 laps out of them. As Lopez, doing the same thing, slowing down.
Although, I don't think he really slowed down that much, because 131.3, unless you're going to be obliterating a lap.
I mean, we're going to see a lot of 29s today. Might see some 28s.
Oh, we'll see some 28s. We have one guy in the field that absolutely obliterated the qualifying in Spain last week. That was Double A. Absolutely torching his lap. But in the race, I mean, he had a good race too, so interesting to see what he's gonna do. He is got a set of mediums on while he is in the pits, so I believe he's just waiting as he comes out at you right now as we're speaking, so I'm gonna go on board with that when he starts his lap.
Yeah.
See what we can get out of him. He's got a creative helmet. It doesn't match the Williams, but it's definitely creative.
Got Wing It right now. Not sure what those splits are. Not getting the actual delta times as he enters Sector 3. Shout to
This is
Tichy.
quite interesting so far, though. There are so many people. Sorry to kind of jump in
Oh, you're
there,
good.
but there are lots of people qualifying, like abandoning their qualifying laps at the line. I'm quite surprised. The soft to hard is doable, definitely.
And Bam Bam showed yesterday how much it was doable by holding off Segrist, who actually started in 4th in our race in the AM2, and he was even on the medium starting P4, and he still couldn't beat Bam Bam. So Bam Bam made the soft to hard work, so it is very doable around here. And with the conditions, like I said, it's going to be cloudy in the race, so it's going to be a lot cooler temperatures than our race was yesterday, because I believe our race was quite hot. If I'm correct. It was quite sunny, so the tires are not good when it's very hot, but when they're cooler temperatures, although it's going to be abrasive on the tires, it won't be as bad.
Yeah, I still am quite surprised that all these guys have such little confidence in the softs.
Yeah, interesting. I mean, they might have just been trying to put a little more rubber into the track since it is a bit cooler. Although I think a lot of these guys might be more comfortable just going medium to hard and avoiding the entire part where they have to take care of their tires. Don't blame them. I'm board with Perry here, who had some difficulties last week. But he is doing a pretty solid job at the moment. Number 69, the nicest number in the dictionary. Yeah. About to cross the line here. No, he's not. He is going to bow out too. Come on, guys. I'm trying to make this exciting.
Get Double A. He's coming into the second sector, right, or into the third sector, and he's just on purple middle sector on the medium tires. It's a really good exit onto the back straight where he's gonna get a little bit of actually. Oh no, he doesn't use it.
No, he doesn't want
I thought he was gonna use.
He doesn't want your slipstream, Forza Fredo.
Or DK, as he's gonna gun it for the 50. Nah, he breaks it like 75, locks up that tire, but really good exit. A little bit of nice. That's a good corner. Coming to the line, and he goes for it. So
not bad on the mediums.
No, he's still got some time to find, and he knows it. That lap wasn't 100% clean from him. He knows, but that's still a good time to be right up there. Only 6/10 off of first place, but that lap by our bar, even if he did bail out, was a very good lap. But he's actually 0.046 coming to the line here, our bar, up on his time.
Shout out to our 100% super fan in the chat.
Ooh, he goes 2/10 R-bar. Sorry to interrupt, but a 1:29.837 from R-bar. So he goes 2/10 almost quicker. So good lap on the softs.
Not terrible.
That's very good. First one into the 29th.
Oh, we didn't even see Wing It. That's a good lap from Wing It too.
Yeah, we were right on board with Wing It. Most of these guys have not set an actual competitive time up yet. Should be noted. We'll right along with Forza Fredo, who I believe the only person of El Salvadorian heritage here in COS. I don't think I've ever met an El Salvadorian in the flesh. So nice to have multiple nations represented from the Americas. As he is going across on his medium lap, let's see what he puts in. Up to P8, 31.9. I think Swarner is out on softs.
Yes,
Swarner's
he
on a
is.
hot lap.
No, he's not. He's I don't know if he's bailed out, but it said when I came on board with him he was plus 1.5. Yeah, he's not. You can see in the shifting, he's just short shifting, trying. I'm just not sure.
Well, I guess this would be a pretty good time to bring up the overlays. Let's see if I can work this right. Check out the AM1 standings. And these are the standings from last week, I should mention. Double A did win on debut. Got the fastest lap, got the pole. He dominated the entire race in Spain. How much time did he win by? I believe it was about 26 seconds. Really wasn't much of a competition for him. But Arbar coming in with a quiet, stealthy P2.
Oh no!
Has Pot's been disconnected.
Do you need
I've got network issues. I've got a few invites. So apologies if I do cut out multiple points.
Bean, Fenrique, Nicholas, Swarner, Mitch, Hypes, Katie, and Uvinus rounded out the points getters. Although unfortunately it does not look like it's popping up on the stream. Huh. Well, not sure if you guys saw that. Domrez, I'm not sure. I think he was the only one in the comments so far. Did you see that pop up on your screen? Because it doesn't.
I didn't see anything. I was watching the stream.
Yeah, it's a work in progress. I didn't even realize these things were possible up until a few hours ago. So, I guess
Kitten's finding out technology.
Yeah, finally.
Blades is in the comments for you, Kitten.
I'll check it. You wanna go ahead and fill some space here?
Said, did you invite Raid? Someone is asking who invited Raid because he's not supposed to be in the race today. So, I'm not too sure what is going on, but...
He might still be on the custom list for whoever does the invites. So that could be a little mistake there.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yes, that's not us.
Maybe.
We do not have those kind of responsibilities. We're just here to commentate the action. It's Fenrique with I think that's a new helmet this week from Fenrique. Looks really nice. The orange, yellow, and dark blue. Thumbs up to Fenrique's arts and crafts. Unfortunately, I'm not sure that I tried to bring up the points overlay, but I'm not sure if that worked. Now it says attempting to reconnect. It's not great. Hello to Dress Bossum. I believe that's my Danish Haas teammate. What's going on? I'm now reconnecting here. So I am.
You guys are not meeting now.
Don't worry about it, Bod. They are going to.
I'm reading it.
Yeah. So, just for everyone in the chat, there's going to be a little technical issue after our qualifying session. So stick by on the stream because we will have to Well, will we keep going, Kitten, and just talk about the qualifying session?
We're gonna go over it.
We'll stay live. We'll stay live.
Yeah, we're not gonna go off here.
We can work on that graphic, maybe.
Exactly. There you go, Kitten. There's your first job.
Well, the points overlay did not work the first time that I tried it. I don't think.
Well, would you like to tell the people the points?
I did. Whenever Bob was disconnected. We'll touch base a few times. It's new technology here. As we're on board with Double A here, 1 minute 20 seconds to go in qualifying. This is his one shot at pole. The current championship leader, as I mentioned a little bit ago. In that beautiful Sofina. Yeah, that beautiful Sofina. Yeah, I think he might be looking at
goes 12 or stays 12 on those medium tires. That's interesting to see from both Ferraris. Both of them choosing the same exact tire compound and in 11th and 12th right together on the grid. Oh, what a lap!
That is a 29-1.
Yeah,
not too shabby from the defending winner. As I think Arbar is also into the third sector here, and he went purple in sector 2. So Arbar, he may have something to say about this. Damrez in the comments says Pirelli have indicated that soft hard inters will be the prime strategy.
Yes, like I said with the rain at the end. I don't know if it's really going to make it into the race in time, because you know how it comes in the last couple laps, but the ground's too hot, right? From all the tire going over the track constantly. So it might not even be needed, so you never know. But soft to hard is still a good strategy. Worked for me last night, worked for a lot of people, especially my teammate Bam Bam. So
Arbar does improve on his time. He went up to a 29.4, still 3.5 tenths off of Double A's time. COS Nicholas did put in a purple sector 2. Hypes has crossed the line in P3. And also shout out to Tichy, filling in for Alpha today. Up there in P4, the only European on the grid today, unless you count Kana. That's a P6 for COS. For COS Nicholas in his backup account. These guys at the bottom here, this is going to be squeaky bum time for Mitch, Forza Fredo, and Bean Sandwich. I believe they all had some invalidated laps that have kept them out of the loop here. Let's see what Mitch can do. He's going to be the first one across the line.
I'm wondering.
Up to P6 for Mitch, solid performance from him.
Yeah.
And now Bean is up next in this line, and he's not even going to set a time, but he is going to go.
Oh, he did.
31.05. I don't think he wanted.
Sure he wasn't in the top 10. Yeah, exactly. He didn't want to start in the softs. He wanted the hards.
Forza Fredo, I think, slowed down a little bit as well. Definitely going to be an interesting race, I think, given the late rain that is forecasted by the Chinese government, who I trust.
I'm so confused right now. It says Katie's on an outlap, and it feels like he's on a flyer. I'm so confused because he's definitely going fast on the AI. Usually does.
I think Katie just left the pits a little later than he anticipated there on those mediums. He is not going to get a lap in here, so I think we are set. I'm going to try the standings graphic once again, see if that goes through. What? It's not doing that.
Are you sure? Because I'm on board with KD, and it looks like he's going for a fly right now.
No, I've had this glitch before. I don't think he's actually driving the car.
Yeah.
Well, this is weird.
Wow, welcome to the Twilight Zone, folks. Solid helmet for
input.
So they mentioned a glitch on F1 that there is right now for KD. So because KD crossed the line before the time expired, or whatever, there's a pitch glitch. If you come out of the pits within that 3-second window, you can actually try and set a lap. There's a glitch in the game right now, but unfortunately he didn't have enough time, which is good, and he ended up just getting his... Whoa. Wow, Fatal dropped big time.
Alright, so that's it for quality then.
I'm not sure how Fatal wound up in 17th. Okay, yeah, I think we are currently experiencing some Codemasters glitches.
I'm so confused right now because didn't Fatal just like 2 seconds ago? He was in. Well, Lopez has dropped one spot, so maybe it is. I don't know. To be determined. Let's put it that way. There is a lot of stuff going on today.
Yeah, I am looking forward to a race with a formation lap, which we did not have last week. Some early glitches for everybody. But nonetheless, we will have a race here shortly. We are going to take a little bit of a siesta, head back to the main menu, and get reset the grid for the race itself as we're migrating the host. Some technical difficulties, as you mentioned, Kano.
Yes. Yeah, and Juventus has left, so everyone's starting to leave the session now. I'm hoping we still get. It's gonna be a shame because obviously, weather permitted, you can't do the same weather, right?
Well, you can do it custom, but it's not gonna happen exactly the same. Yeah.
Exactly.
Earlier or later.
Exactly. So, I mean, still, I don't know if there will be rain at the end. We'll be making sure to ask. Yeah, see, Lopez sent a thing, so it says there's rain in the last like, it goes cloudy, 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 sunny, sunny, cloudy, rain. Which is a weird combination, because you would think it would go sunny to cloudy and then to rain, but it goes cloudy, cloudy, sunny, and then cloudy, rain.
Sounds like Melbourne weather, actually, where I come from.
Yeah, sounds like Canada too.
Except we need a couple more rain spots, perhaps.
Probably does more rain.
Are we, Okay, Juventus has... Yeah, Juventus has sent me. Didn't mean to do that. I'm trying to log back into the overlay system. I think we've had some glitches here. But, that said, I think someone did post into the commentary section what the starting lineup is. I'm going to go back to spectate.
I'm not too sure what's going on in the chat, but not my place, not my time. But it looks like they are getting the lobby set up here, so it shouldn't be too much longer. Obviously, they're going to be inviting everyone in the grid spot, so it's going to take a little bit of time here to get everyone in. Did we save the grid order?
Yes, somebody does have the grid order.
I meant, like, did one of you guys save it so we can?
It's in the commentary. It's in the commentary thread on Discord if you want to check.
Okay.
I'm currently trying to find the password.
Oh, that's how they're saying. So because Nicholas couldn't join before, and they had to change it to friends only, that's how Raid was able to join this session.
Interesting. Well, let me try this. Let me try to bring up the standings one more time, since we have a little bit of time on our hands here. It is not working. Interesting.
While you try and do that, I'm trying to find where I put my thing. See? There we go. Okay. So I'm going to run through the grid order while we got the moment to go through it. So on pole was double A with a, I think it was a 129.1. You can't see the purple, unfortunately, in this graphic. It looks like he hasn't even set a time. He's just there in first. Then we have R-Bar, who is in second place with a 129.4. LR Pipes in the Alpha with a 129.8, and his teammate right behind him, right there with him, with a 129.9. And also very close to him is the Alpha driver, Alpha Tori, should I say, driver Swarner with a 129.974. So it was about 0.3 off of, 0.03, yeah, off of Tichy. In sixth was Mitch, again 0.10 off of Swarner with a 129.984. So basically the top 7 was very close to each other besides AA. So after that, from R-Bar all the way to Nicholas in 7th with a 130.0. They're only about 0.6 apart. And then in 8th was Perry the Dog with a 130.4, but that was on the medium, so he is the highest runner on the mediums, I believe, if that is correct. DK in 9th with a 130.49 on the softs. Finrique 130.5 on the mediums as well. And Wing It in 11th with a 130.6 on the softs, but he will be the first person to have choice of tires. And then 12th to 17th is Lopez, Forza, Fredo, Bean Sandwich, Juventus, KD 1997, and Fatal 302 is 17th on the grid. And that will be a grid order going into the race once they get it sorted.
Yeah, well, once we get the formation lap, hopefully everyone that's stuck around here, we'll shoot out some predictions. I feel like we've had some technical difficulties in the first couple races of the year. New game, new problems that we are overcoming at the moment. Hopefully we get this started shortly. But in the meantime, do you guys know what I did today?
You worked
from home for the 6th month in a row and watched the Indy 500 practice. First day of practice, Fernando Alonso was the fastest Chevy, P5, so looking good for him.
We'll wait till race day.
It's a long 2 weeks. Sometimes it's hard to keep your foot on the floor.
Yeah, everything's long these days, isn't it? So...
yeah, I wish that's what my wife said, but unfortunately, it's not.
She didn't stick around long enough.
Yeah, she didn't stick around long enough to notice. Kano, do you still need an invite?
Yeah.
No. It's probably because you appear offline all the time.
You want that popping up every 5 seconds on my TV?
Yeah, all the haters out there. But I guess I will properly run through the standings from last week once again. Once this thing pops up, it's freezing a lot. AA1. R-Bar finished second. Nicholas finished third. Boy, we are having all kinds of problems in the Discords here.
Just waiting for one more person.
Swarner needs 2 more minutes to reconnect, I believe. And then we'll be ready to go on this, been quite a first 30 minutes here. From Shanghai. I guess this shouldn't be too much of a surprise, but do want to give a special shout out to Tichy. I think he qualified 4th. Filling in Alpha, the only European in the field, and seeing how everything else in America is going, that doesn't hurt to have a little more European influence. So, I will say that I'm ready to race when these guys are ready to race. Let's make sure that we get a formation lap in as well.
Let's hope. We didn't have one last week. So.
Yeah, it threw me off the entire time, gotta be honest. Just getting thrown right into the fire there. I had no idea what was going on for a few seconds. I believe we are ready to go.
Let's go. Not yet. We still gotta fix the grid.
Alright, well, Bod, what'd you have for breakfast?
I haven't had breakfast yet, just before I got onto here, so I think I skipped to lunch.
Wow, what's for lunch?
Late last night. Playing a little bit of the brand new hit sensation of Fall Guys.
Oh, yeah, that is
Funky little game actually.
It is quite fun. It's like Mario Party, for
it's a good game.
For kids, but like for people that aren't kids anymore. Yeah, I suck at it, but it is pretty fun. Gotta admit. Hopefully they can have they can start a thing pretty soon where they get you can have 4 friends playing on the same PlayStation. So I feel like that would be quite electric.
Yeah. A bit of fun from the intensity that racing sometimes or often provides. So it's a nice little break, but
yeah.
Not taken away from the racing at all. That's what we love. The Formula 1 stuff.
This is the intensity of racing right here.
This is what we're here for. That's what it looks like going now. So
there we go.
Let's hope everything's correct. We appreciate your patience, viewers and commentators as well.
Yes, of course. Thank you to everyone tuning in. Hit us up with the predictions. We'll finally see the grid in its majesty here once these guys get lined up. We do have formation laps on, right? So we are doing a formation lap.
Let's hope so, because China Turn 1 without a formation lap is probably going to be worse than what Spain has been.
It'll be like yes, it'll be one of those like one of the levels on one of the mini games on Fall Guys with all the slime. Everybody's just gonna be sliding off. So Domrez, yes, correct. No raid now. But I'm not sure what the weather conditions are going to be like. I think that's one thing interesting. A lot of these guys were anticipating getting a nice shower at the end of the Grand Prix, but I think now it might just be on dynamic. So who knows? I guess your guess is as good as mine. Here and
they would have been able to try and emulate it, but it might be quite different.
Yeah,
because I think the game sometimes gives you less slots to modify your weather than it does automatically. So they've probably either had to remove the rain at the end or make more of the rain at the end. So it'll be interesting to see how that all plays out. Bit of a mystery for us to watch. But probably isn't the worst thing. Keeps it exciting.
Yeah. Yeah, and these guys now.
These guys set up as well. It's another thing to think of. As we do have a formation lap, so that's a big plus.
Well, how about that? All right, everybody, let's get into it. Let me get the tires going. Soft. Medium, Perry. Fenrique also on mediums. Only 2 in the top 10 with mediums on. Bean Sandwich in 13th is on mediums. KD on mediums. And Wing It on mediums. Beyond that, you've got Lopez, Forza, Juventus, and Fatal starting on the hard. So a mixed bag here from lovely China. And I'm going to run through the order one more time. We got AA on pole, Arbar in P2, Hypes in P3, and his teammate for the day, COS Tichy 14, is in 4th. Swarner in P5, coming off of a pretty solid P4 last week. Mitch in P6, Nicholas in P7, Perry in P8, DK in 9th, Fenrique in 10th, Lopez in 11th, Forza Fredo in 12th, Bean Sandwich, Juventus, KD, Fatal, and Wing It will fill out the grid for today. So the anticipation is building. Bit longer of the anticipation than I think any of us would have preferred. But here we are. And quite frankly, Bud, I'm not sure where your head's at. What do you think is going to happen here?
I'm predicting someone to be facing the wrong way after turn 1 or 2. It is very, very difficult. You're wanting to carry as much speed as you can, but people are trying to go 2 wide, 3 wide, and it's so easy to drift out wide or get caught on the inside. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a little bit of wheelbane at the start. But let's hope, for the race's sake, that they manage to keep it nice and clean. The long race, if there's going to be a bit of rain at the end, you want to be in a decent position so you can capitalize.
Yeah, it's a bit of a...
Yeah, it's going to be a close one. Like, AA seems to be the quickest bloke out there, but from 2 down to particularly 7, 8, 9 was pretty close in quality, so it's really anyone's game for that podium, I think.
Yeah, I think Domrez in the comments did say maybe with the delay they won't be as sharp. I would tend to agree. This is a bit of a slow burn here leading into a league race as we are getting ready here with 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And we are off from Shanghai. AA looks like he gets a good jump. R-bar as well, but I think AA is going to claim that. Let's go back through the field here. Go 2 abreast. Looks pretty clean, honestly. I thought there might be a little more hargy-bargy. Who is that? That's KD in the Force India making a 3 wide. One of the...
Squeezed out wide.
Yeah, and then KD does get squeezed out wide. And he will lose a lot of positions. R-bar on the tail of AA into turn 5. And then around this, flat out on softs, left-hander. But I think AA is going to try to break this DRS gap as soon as possible. Hypes, less than a second behind R-bar in P3. These guys have all pretty much stayed status quo through the top 10. Mitch makes up a move through up to P5 in his McLaren. We're going to check on position change
down
here.
The back, got a little bit of movement as well. KD trying to make up a few more positions, being really, really aggressive into the braking zones. He made one stick and he overcooked one, so he's obviously got an intent to make up ground as well. But it looks like they've all kept it pretty much clean. As you've got Enrique and DK side by side. Enrique, of course, in the medium, DK on the softs. It's like Enrique's got that stuck under the hairpin. The confidence on the brakes, that's a good sign, as I believe managed to pull out a 1 second gap up the front actually, so it's been a good start breaking that DRS. It is a very long straight here, so that's important to break that.
I think DK, we're getting the same glitch again where these guys are popping up in the wrong positions.
like Forza Proto's lost out a couple of positions at the back. We're almost 3 wide. Coming out, got a little bit of ghosting going on. Not the prettiest thing to watch.
Yeah, this is what. Okay, I think we've reset here. Yeah, we have reset.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, but a little less than it had been last week. Is going to bounce back down. I think Bean is going to look for a move on DK here. Get in the top 10. Bean didn't have the best opening day performance last week, but I think we know what kind of pace he possesses in that pink racing point. Oh boy, DK does lose it. Yeah, DK loses the back end. Does save it. Did a good job to save it. Only lost 1 spot. That is the final points paying position. Do you think this Hype's R-Bar battle is going to be interesting, as Double A's already gotten 1.5 on R-Bar?
Yeah, it's really on for P2. There's a couple of blokes who are really hunting them down. Got Hype, Swarner, and Mitch and Nicholas all the same kind of distance back, and then Titchy and Perry just hanging on as well. So R-Bar's going to have to pull in a good drive because he's got someone around. I think it's Forza Proto's lost his last Swarner. Yeah, he has. No, it's not. It's Perry.
No, it's
My
Perry.
bad. Perry.
Oh.
Yeah.
Perry the dog doing his best Antonio Giovinazzi impression in the Haas. Going around the final corner.
Quite shredded that car in half, but
yeah, that is fortunate, but the exit curb there is quite slippery, to be completely honest.
yeah, and you can pinch yourself on that inside curve as well, so it is a lot trickier than I think a lot of people give it credit for.
Yeah.
So, it's an understandable mistake there.
Yeah, how about pretty much P2 all the way down to P7, separated by 1 second. Fenrique actually as well, down to under a second as well, so that's P8. Going to be an interesting little train to watch here, as I think, I mean, they're all holding pretty status quo, but this is going to be the first time they get DRS on this kilometer-long back straight. Flaps open, and here we are. See if anybody can make it. Yeah, interesting. There are a couple different ways to approach this track setup-wise. You can go very trimmed out, or you can kind of load up on the first 2 sectors. Everybody has different preferences, I'm sure. But it will be one of those things to watch as we go along in this race. Lopez on the hards in P12 is going to be looking on a move on Wing It. Wing It does not have DRS. So I think he is a bit of a sitting duck here for Lopez on those hard tires, which are going to start coming up to temp about now.
Yeah, they're soft.
They're going to have to back out.
They're starting to lose their grip. Camera angles here.
Yeah, I
There's a couple of good ones and a couple of really poor ones.
Yeah, that's kind of I think we've been getting pretty solid ones so far. Oh no, I think that is that's tough. All the way down to 16. He goes on hard, so he's gonna have about 20 laps to make that up. Back up front, Hypes and Swarner pretty much in lockstep here. For P3, P4, I think Hypes does have a bit less downforce, as he has got about a second there, as he kind of goes in really late on R-Bar. This section might open up a move into turn 1 for Swarner.
Yeah,
looking for his first.
Really pushing for those rear ends, sticking out a little bit.
Yeah, and I think Swarner is looking for his first COS podium here today, so might be something to keep an eye on. Alp has commented his predictions. Our defending 2-time champion. He says Double A, Lopez, and Nicholas. Interesting. Lopez, I think. Yeah, I think Lopez up there in P12 on the hards. He is the first of the hard runners, but he is going to have to make up a little bit of ground here prior to anything else. But yeah, Nicholas down here in P6, still ahead of his teammate Enrique. If you remember last week, these two don't speak the same language, and they do not have a party together. So they.
Corner's a lot closer to Hypes this time, by the way, guys. He's very close. He's right on the tail of him now.
Yes, yes, thank you, Connor. As we're watching the Red Bulls of Fenrique and Nicholas, they were getting into it last week. I think Damrez also put in yeah. Nicholas is definitely running a little bit less downforce than Fenrique at the moment.
It wasn't a lucky ding dong, wasn't it? But that's what we like to see. They're fighting in the field, regardless of their teammates or not.
Absolutely.
Really starting to make a push. It's like, oh, Nicholas has decided to hit, struggling with a few positions. So he's the first one to come in, lap 6.
It is a strong undercut. Now, I mean, you do get a very strong undercut here. Let's actually go back to Nicholas, see what tires he puts on. Going straight to hards.
Yeah, lap 6. Ferry and Katie, sorry, having a bit of a battle as well. They've just swapped positions about 3 times.
Oh, God.
Looking to get involved as well.
The undercut is very effective in this game as well, so look out for Nicholas to make a lot of time up on these guys.
Especially with the train these guys have back here.
Probably not the worst idea getting out of traffic a bit.
It's a 1 and 2.
Oh, Teddy's around. He's off his front wing. Looks like I think he's just gotten too hot the towers. That's
safety car. Okay. No, oh, that's really gonna.
That is humongous.
I don't know if that's gonna hurt Nicholas.
No, that's humongous for Nicholas. All these guys are gonna have to pit.
He is currently 33 seconds off of the leader Alm, and he's 30 seconds off of our bar, and it's in and around there. So he's probably gonna come out. Or go back up to about, I would say, P7. So he's going to lose 1 spot. But, and wing it. Wing it with a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car.
And check the chopper shot. I mean, we will see where Nicholas comes back, but I do think that, I thought that might be actually a good thing. It might actually be a bad thing, Connor. You might be right. He has double A's in the pits. Fenrique on the mediums is going to stay out. I think that if anyone,
I think a little bit.
I think it would hurt him because he's going to have to pit now, and they're all going to be bunched up.
Well, it's going to save his medium tires a little bit, so he'll be able to stretch his first stint on those medium tires because he will have obviously the clean air as well, not getting the tires too overcooked.
As we see an absolute cavalcade of hards coming on right now.
So like I said, Nicholas came out in front of Tichy. And Bean, I don't know if Bean's pitted. Let me check.
Everyone has pit, except for Fenrique.
So, yeah, he really did lose out.
Yeah, and Lopez, and Fatal, and Juventus. I think if this helps anyone, it'll actually probably be these 3 on the hards. Lopez up into P3. Alp, once again, demonstrating that he can tell the future.
And Katie did retire in the pits as well, so...
Yeah. Enrique's going to have to stretch his stop work if he wants to be on this podium. It's going to be an almighty challenge. Considering he does have what's he on now as a medium, so he's not put hards on again. So he won't even have a tire advantage. So it'll be interesting to see how much ground he can claw back, because his safe car's really not come out at the right time for him. And those other hards on him as well are going to make him stop.
But did you have an eye on what happened to Katie when that happened?
What? The incident?
Yeah.
Oh, I just caught kind of halfway through it. I think he lost the back end. I don't know if he had contact. He was battling, I think it was Terry and Fatal.
Well, well, I just saw the Discord pop up on my laptop. It appears that Forza may have left him no room in Katie's assessment of the situation. Yeah, and
it's unfortunate that he retired too, because I mean it was a safety car. He had the ability to basically get himself back into it. Yes, he would have been down at the bottom, but I mean, there's definitely still a chance. Yeah, it's very early, so I'm fortunate that he did retire, but we'll see him next week. He's got very strong pace. It just wasn't his day today, unfortunately, so we'll see what happens in the chat after the race, but for right now, who do you think this has benefited the most? Do you think this has benefited the guys that started on the hards? Because now they're going to be able to cool those hards down, so they're going to be able to stretch a little bit longer. And like we said with the rain at the end, if they can get the hards, because of the safety car, they might be able to stretch there, like I said, 2 laps on the safety car, so you might be able to stretch it 2 more laps. And let's say the rain comes out, and everyone has to pit, well then those guys are really in good spots, especially Lopez and Fatal. So the 2 Ferrari drivers especially.
Yeah, I think it definitely helps the guys that started on the hards, because none of them had made it into the top 10 yet. And now they're in pretty good condition, and their tires are going to be a little more worn in than these guys who are going to have fresh, extremely cold hards.
And that's why I think if Enrique really wants to make a charge, he is on the correct tire to do it, because he is on the softer compound than the hards. They are worn in, so they won't be cool when they first get going, so he might be able to actually pull a little bit of a gap, and you know how his pace is in the wet. If the rain comes, you know what he's got in the tank. Yeah. So definitely key to keep an eye out for Enrique. I mean, it hasn't helped him fully, but you know, it's not a bad position to be in first position, you know.
It's not the worst. Same with everybody all bunched up. I think there is added opportunity for another safety car, where Fenrique is on these mediums. He is leading them to the line of Forza. Fredo, he hits. Wing it?
Henrique's gone.
Yeah,
yes.
He's gone. He backed up everybody. I don't think Double A is going to be particularly upset with that at the moment, knowing that Fenrique still needs to make another stop, and he might not have to.
Well, the key is for Alm is that he's already got a second gap to Arbar, the next guy that has pitted, so he's already really just, you know, kind of been like, I just need to do what I gotta do.
Yeah, I think this has benefited the AA the most. Because if he can catch up with Enrique, his rivals behind him are starting to lose out a lot of time to Lopez. It's already nearly 2.5 seconds, 2.3 seconds. I'm honestly not quite sure why Enrique didn't pick, considering how close the pit window it was. But I mean, P1's the place you want to be, so maybe he knows something we don't. But I think Double A will be very, very happy with that safety car coming out when it did. And Arbar is really going to have to push to get past Lopez. Has got a bit of fighting. Looks like Hype has gone out.
Hype's down. He's around, yep.
So he was in that podium fight.
No! Yeah, this is not good.
He tried to get back on this one again, so.
This is not good for those hard tires.
Unfortunate for him. You know, it's not his race over. Oh, those tires are cooked a little bit. Maybe. Oh, does he have a puncture? No, he doesn't. Oh, he's spun again.
Yeah, I think they're.
Yeah.
I think the surface there is just.
Working on when he wins the first race, it's just practicing his donuts. I think those tires are going to be so hot, and being on the hards as well, they might take a lap or so to cool down. So
yeah, it's going to
take it really easy.
He's going to be dirt checking.
Yeah, he can't even get around the corner right now.
Who's that?
One other thing worth noting on the safety car, I don't know if you spotted it, but Perry and Wingett came in a second time to mediums. So that's interesting. I wonder if
I did. Yeah, that was something that I kind of picked up on. I'm not sure what the rationale is there.
Warner's got Lopez, and Arbar did as well.
Yeah, they both did.
Not bad. I don't think Lopez is going to be liking that too much.
Arbar's lost 4 seconds. He's going to have to gain that time back, but that's important that he's got that move done.
Yeah, he lost so much time sitting behind Lopez just for that one lap. Even though Lopez had the more heated hard. I just don't think when you cool them down that it's really gonna be a huge effect, effectively a game. I think it's a disadvantage, unfortunately for him. It was for sure, because you could see all the time his backhand was slipping out, and the other guys were just able to kind of coast and stay.
Yeah, we got a feisty bunch back here for P7. Venice is leading Mitch, Bean, and Nicholas, and Tichy, and Perry, and Fredo, all here.
As Lopez lets Fatal through. So I don't know if there was a little bit of a team message saying, I'm faster than you.
I would say that's definitely, I'm not going to say that's a possibility. That definitely happened. These two definitely, they know each other. Yeah, and Perry, on the Alpha.
Yes, the Tichy got him down the DRS straight, and Perry's going to get him back here.
Yeah, these guys in the middle are all bunched up.
Interesting to know, Swarner stayed. He's not amazingly close to R-Bar, but he's doing a decent job to stay within a second of R-Bar. I mean,
Mitch on
he's showing some really good pace today, so well done from the AlphaTauri guy.
One of these guys has to back out here.
Oh, Ben and Mitch still going side by side.
Oh my lord, I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Driving from both of them. What driving from both of them? They still are side by side.
This is the 5th corner in a row, and I don't think it's going to end here.
No. Oh, Sector 1.
Sector 1, I'm not sure what that is. I think that's Hypes.
They touched. They touched again.
I think Hypes is left.
Oh, Mitch is going to get to the inside.
Goodness gracious, but there's banking, so Bean is going to have more of a launch. I think here, does he have DRS? He does not have DRS. Oh no, and Bean is going to get swamped.
Or
no, he's not.
No, Mitch didn't use his ERS. Mitch was saving his ERS, so Bean gets the drive out, but Mitch is going to get DRS again. He's going for the cutback, and he gets it. What a move!
This is insane racing here. These guys have been side by side for longer than I think I've ever seen in an F1 game.
What a racing from the two gentlemen, one in the Racing Point and one in the McLaren. Brilliant driving from both.
Well done.
Perry wants to get involved now, making the most of those tires while they're still up the grip.
Like I said, yeah, this has really hurt Nicholas though. Because he came in P6 and he's come out P10, so he's lost 4 spots under that safety car. Just a bad timing, and I'm
watch Perry. Well, he tries to make it happen around the outside of Nicholas. That is,
Yeah.
I wonder if he's gonna go for the cutback. Looks.
Back in a half.
These guys are just absolutely nose to tail, and I think Mitch wants by Venice. I think out of this group, Mitch might be the fastest right now. He's trying to get through everybody.
And Lopez is struggling mightily because he just picked up a 3-second time penalty. And Juventus and Mitch are all closing the gap. Everyone all the way back even to 12th and 13th. I mean, and you can't even... Basically everyone, unfortunately, but Wing It. They're all together as DK's making a move on Forza. But thinks better of it and backs out.
Yeah, Mitch and Bean are going for round 2. They want some more.
Looking at the switchback this time. Mitch covers it a little bit, but Bean gets a better drive. Has the outside, but Mitch is still there on the inside. And you got Nicholas and Perry side by
Bean just throws it in there.
But Nicholas coming back at Perry.
These guys, boy,
we got side by. Oh no, and Nicholas and Perry definitely touched there. No damage from either, but definitely pushed him a little bit wide to get the spot back. So, and Perry picks up a 3-second time penalty. Oh, Nicholas really, wow, he almost, yeah.
Ooh, big wiggle from Mitch coming out of the hairpin at the end of Sector 1. These guys are absolutely.
We've got here, yes.
This is incredible stuff. In the middle. In the meantime, Swarner in P3 is closing in on R-Bar.
Bean has really got some pace right now, by the way. because he's already caught on the back of Juventus and trying to make a move.
Well, I mean, Juventus, I think, is the reason this has started in the first place. Everybody's been trying to pass him.
I think it was Lopez. Yeah, I think Lopez is actually what is holding everyone up. But with Juventus, and Juventus big slide out of there. He got too much on the curb.
Oh, that's Mitch reacting to it. Oh, in the middle of the track. Okay, he ghosted. Good Lord. DK T-boned his ghost. That would have been unfortunate. That's terrible for Mitch.
Bean and Juventus side by side. Bean's got the inside, makes the move.
And then further behind. They're all going side by side. This is absolutely crazy racing. These guys are all keeping it pretty clean for now, with the exception of that little scuffle there with Mitch. But it's really good viewing, isn't it? We've got 6 guys who all want one spot. So let's see.
I'm aware that this is the Americans here, but these guys are pack racing like it's NASCAR. This is some absurdly
interesting
close.
note, Enrique's gone for another set of mediums.
I think he might still be banking on rain at a late stage where it doesn't matter.
Or a safety car. It's either a safety car or that. The two of them, because if there's a late safety car with everything that's been going on today, and there's been a lot of action. Very good driving from everyone, but there's a late safety car. He's going to be really...
Juventus on the curb there. I think Perry's going to get him.
Well, Perry's going to die.
Yeah, Juventus...
Get that done, so...
a little bit of power slide.
Yeah,
Juventus had a slide coming out of... they're in the middle of the left-hander. And Perry kind of capitalized on that and got him 2 corners later. As Bean has made his way up to Lopez here in P6. I think he's going to try to hold him, at least for a little bit. I think the Ferraris are looking for points here. And Lopez is taking that inside line. Ooh, locked up though.
Looking at, they touched.
That was a double lockout from Lopez. I don't think he was trying to do that. Yeah, that's a good move. Next on his list is Fatal. We've got Mexican on Dominican violence going on here in the midfield. Let's see if Bean is that Perry? Was Perry taking a look as well?
Perry's really making some moves here on these mediums. He's really got some pace. So
it might be a full moon in Shanghai.
He made that extra pit stop, but it looks like it's really paying off for him.
Yeah, he
really does like these mediums.
Yeah, and I think let's go back to position change here, and Bean has made up 8 positions without really changing his strat. Bean has done a fantastic job here. I think in the preseason test, as Fatal goes wide, he's going to let him by. Good move, good sportsmanship there from Fatal.
He's making a move, yeah. Perry's also making the move.
Yeah, but Bean was, he was a little disappointing in both the practice race and last week in Barcelona. But Bean is coming back with a vengeance here today, and Fenrique, I'm sure he is going to be absolutely ripping up the field on these mediums. Oh Lord!
Sorry to interrupt while all this madness is going on, but I just want to put a thanks out to Venom. IKTV for subscribing to us with his Twitch Prime, so thanks for that. Very much appreciated. It goes a long way.
Yeah, this is as Lopez is ducking in the pits. Thank you to Venom. That is how we get paid. I don't know how much you guys make from this, but
I make a penny every time I say "oh goddamn."
Oh, well, that's a curse word, so you're probably gonna get banned from that 1 penny. Lopez going on softs here. Interesting decision. That's 12 laps he's gonna have to stick out on those softs. As Fenrique here Fenrique is just making moves where you probably don't see moves. How many times did we see this last year? Fenrique just cutting through the field on some sort of weird strategy.
Swarner is closing the gap to Arbar.
Yeah, he's been slowly but surely closing the gap. I would like to give him a little more credit.
He's right there too, so this is a really good performance from Swarner. I'm absolutely thrilled to see him this high up in the field. Last year he had connection issues and a few other things that just didn't make him want to really put some effort into racing. But with the new game, his new PlayStation, he's showing with some decent internet, not perfect, but it's still there, that he really does
Nicholas.
have the pace to fight.
Nicholson, is that Fenrique on the outside? Both Red Bulls. We got dual Red Bull moves here. Hopefully they don't come together once again.
Fenrique's already up to 6. Wow,
this
what
is
pace!
some fantastic pace from Fenrique here.
Yeah. Alt was on the right track there. The Lopez train will help Fenrique. He definitely kept that pack close, which has let Fenrique make up.
Hey, are we seeing rain right now? I think I'm seeing rain on board some of the cars. Yes, I am. I am actually seeing rain. I am not wrong.
Starting to spritz down, I think. Yeah, it is starting to spritz down here in Sector 1 at least. I'm riding on board with Bean. Yeah, Perry has gotten him for P4. So, I mean, if this turns into an inter type of race, Perry has put himself in a fantastic position for a top 5.
Yes, and from Rike, I mean, you were questioning his idea of going to the medium, and even Lopez. I mean, Lopez is a little bit different because he's really far down the order now, after struggling on those hards. But Enrique, he's not even lost any positions really, if you think about it, because he came out. He was in first, but before the safety car, he was P7, P6. So, really and truthfully, his pit stops really helped him, and he's closing on Bean. And he's closing on Perry as well, so this will be interesting. And you know his pace on the inters. I will not want to put him out of even getting a podium at this point, because if it does rain enough, and it looks like it is, there's still 10 laps to go. So they're probably gonna have to put on the inters towards the end of the race. So, and you know how fast he is in the wet, so
yeah,
interesting.
That is true.
Very interesting.
Pitching you guys having a battle, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it takes the track to get wet enough for inters, as Juventus is going to get Tichy back. That Fatal and Nicholas is also going side by side a bit up the top. You can see them starting to really wash out to the outside.
Oh, Tichy and Juventus touch, and Tichy ended up getting in the grass, so
yeah, you can see them sliding culture.
Yeah, it's going to get greasy around here, so these guys on the hards that haven't pit yet are really going to start struggling more than the guys that have pit, because they're tired. They've been on their tires for 18 laps now. I know the hards can do 21 laps. I was actually surprised when Lopez came in, just due to the fact that the rain is here now. I don't know, it doesn't look like it's raining hard enough right now, but it does look like it's making the track a little bit greasy, so...
Yeah, that is interesting. I think we had Dressabas in the comments saying that it might be why Lopez went into the pits for softs in the first place. I think that rain might have caught him off guard if that was his line of thinking, as DK is doing some Ken Block Gymkhana stuff around the banked corner.
It looks like Pitchy's going to make a move on Juventus here.
Oh!
Juventus goes to the inside to cover it up, or just to say, you know what, I'll fight another day. And very good from both of them. Very clean driving. Well done, guys.
I think in a couple laps time, I think we're gonna have a completely different race on our hands for those guys. As Bean backs off, it looked like almost for Fenrique. I don't think he wanted to race Fenrique.
Really wide through there, so that's gonna allow Fenrique to get a really good drive into the corner and close that gap down on Perry. Perry is struggling on these mediums now. I think everyone's starting to struggle on these tires. As DK does pit, does he go into the inters? He is. He has put on the inters. The first gentleman to put on the inters is DK today. So, what will we see?
I don't know what to anticipate here. Swerner's up in P2, but that is 11-second gap. Can't really comment on
R-bar.
Yeah, can't really comment on Double A's pace in the wet. I would assume it's pretty strong, but I don't think I've ever seen him race.
Well, we had the rain last week, did we not? And
yeah, we did, but he was already up by like 26 seconds. So
well, no, he was at that time. He was only like 15 or 16. He's pretty. I want to say I don't think he's as fast as Fenrique. Fenrique's pace in the wet weather was just absolutely unreal. It was just so good.
Yeah, now he's side by side on Perry. He's gonna get that with DRS from the outside. Very solid from Enrique. I think he has a even though it's a 6-second gap right now, it is closing fast. I think Enrique has a very good shot here for a podium.
That's what I think too. I believe that I believe the inters are coming because it looks like the track's starting to get a little bit wetter now, and it's starting to get to the point where it's not wet enough for inters, but it's not dry enough for the hards.
Yeah, it's quite interesting actually. You wouldn't think of many other times where the leader gets so little attention because he's out by so far. Just like last week.
Yeah, really.
He's absolutely cleared out front. He's been stretched in that gap consistently the whole race, and it really doesn't look like going anywhere. When I've checked in on him, he's been acing his apexes, hitting the braking markers, not making any mistakes. So it's just a really solid, consistent drive from our leader.
Yes.
As Wingit, he's also coming into so Team Dingit, trying something different, may as well. I'm interesting to see how long it takes these guys to start really not liking these hards in this weather. It looks like the rain's really starting to come down now. So
sort of goes really wide. I think it is time for them to go on the inters. I'm not too sure if they will, but it looks like they're starting to really struggle on these hards with the rain coming down a little bit more. Alm's in the pits. Alm's into the pits.
Yeah. I think we have reached the breaking point here. We have reached the breaking point. And will be interesting to see. I think Swarner got a really bad exit out of the hairpin. And he's in. Arbar's going to follow. Let's see what Fenrique does. He's basically a frog, but he's going to opt for inners as well. Perry here is in. I think everybody might be in. Not sure if anybody wants to stay out. This is way too greasy for these guys right now.
Yeah, so far everyone is following suit.
Venice is in.
Oh, sector 3.
Oh no, not. Oh no. Fatal.
In the pit lane there.
Lopez has stayed out.
Oh, and Forza Fredo. Forza Fredo and Juventus. I think Forza just ran into the back of Juventus. He's going to need a wing change now, unfortunately for him. DK and Wingit, Team Dingit, for their staunch supporters in the comments section. They were the first ones on the
outside of Lopez. Gets the move done. Lopez staying on these softs is not going to work now. You can just tell how much better the inters are.
Yeah, I think that was...
You just look how much more grip they have into the corners. They're able to hold it. It is definitely time for the inters. Good call from everyone who has pitted, so...
Yeah, I don't think I think Lopez has suffered from Ferrari strategy disorder here today.
Interesting to note, before the pit stop, Swarner had made a few mistakes and Arbar was very much catching him. Now, since they've come out of the pits, Swarner has actually gapped him to, I would say, almost a second.
Whoa, and there's Lopez. Around into the track.
I kind of figured, like I said, those softs were just not going to hold. Unfortunately, he just tried to push it one more lap and it just wasn't going to work. But, you know what? Good try, I guess, you know, like, see, look at that, you can't even make a corner.
Yeah, this is,
that's fatal. Oh, that could have been.
Here.
And Lopez is really going to have to take a cautious route here, otherwise he is going to lose it.
Yeah, Fatal really lost out there. I think he went from, 6 or 7 over 9.
Lopez got on the rumble strips and almost into the wall.
Yeah, we don't have to film a man in his lowest moments. Alright, I'm not gonna...
Hey, it's a learning curve.
Oh, look at all that rubber on the outside line. That's probably his only saving grace. Just absolutely wrestling this car around, and that's gonna take him well out of the points. Oh, man.
So,
tough break for Lopez.
Just another note, Fenrique has now got that gap down to 2.3.
Yeah, I mean, he gained 2 seconds on that last lap. On the slicks, that I think he's coming pretty quick here.
But the best thing for Swarner, to do if he and Arbar to keep themselves ahead, is just just to make sure, because you don't want to use ERS right now, and you can tell how much more ERS they have now because of basically, you know, it's a lot different than when it's dry. The ERS does not save when it's dry because you're pushing all the time. Whereas in the wet, you can't really push too much, and you're braking a little bit more, and you're saving more energy. So oh, R-bar with a 3-second time penalty.
That's big.
Oh, that's huge. Actually, while we're doing that, I will bring up who has penalties as well.
I've got that on the planetary right here, mate, so you don't have to do that.
Oh!
Yeah. Well,
So,
both of them, both the front two.
Arbar and Perry both have 3-second penalties. P1, P2, P4 are clean for now.
Enrique is one warning away from a penalty himself as well.
Yeah, and Double A and Swarner just have the one warning so far, so keeping it nice and clean.
And Bean has 2 penalties. And Nicholas has 1 and 2 warnings, so interesting to see with the battle for the top 5.
I think Perry's done a pretty good job getting up there.
Yes.
Definitely, I think that second medium stint was definitely definitely a saving grace for him, because I'm not sure where he would have been at the start, at least. But being up 7 spots here, Fatal up 7 spots. Still not terrible for Fatal, but I think he wants to do a little bit better than P9. We have gapped a little bit. The only changing gap here is Fenrique, who uses his aquatic ability that is just a birthright to Brazilians to drive in the wet. And he is going to claw these guys back. 2 seconds up the road is P2.
Whoa. Yeah, we might have an in-house, or not in-house, but inter-teams battle between the Hondas here if Enrique can get past R-bar.
Inter-Honda battle. Wow, I'm not sure if you guys remember last week on the very last lap at Barcelona. In the wet, Fenrique and Swarner went at it, I think for P4 or P3.
And Swarner came off worse, so yes, there's going to be a little rivalry there, yes. I did forget to remember that. That's actually very, very good for you, Tim. Very good for you. Good job.
Yeah, my memory is fantastic. I have the best memory in the world. Please, people are saying that I have the best memory in the world. But Fenrique on the back end of R-bar here. Not sure if a move's gonna get done here, but I mean, just watching Fenrique here, he's just taking completely different lines than R-bar, and he's getting so much more traction out of it.
I think he has to, because R-bar is just placing his car where he basically has nowhere to make a move right now, because going into that braking zone, R-bar just stuck his car right where he needed to. R2. As welcome from Kitten's cat house.
Yeah, dude, I got cats in the background. I'm trying to tell them to shut up, but they will not. So we're just gonna have to. We're just gonna have to live. I live this life. Fellas. Fenrique here. Think he will be able to get a move done on the inside. Oh. Yeah, on the inside. There's gonna be
really.
Yeah, you're gonna get. I mean, Fenrique is gonna get so much more traction on the inside, where there is all standing water.
Okay. Good move.
Fantastic move from Fenrique.
A
little bit of contact. Leaning on him a little bit. I think R-bar is not thrilled with that sequence of events, but that was a very good overtake from Fenrique.
Good to note, though, Fenrique doesn't have any ERS, so R-bar basically has saved all his.
R-bar is coming back around the outside where there is less traction, which is better on these tires.
They're side by side again.
I think Fenrique is gonna hold it.
Again.
Boy, this is a lot more side by side racing than I would ever anticipate.
look at the gap to Swarner now, because of those two fighting, he's gained another 7/10 on Arbar and Fenrique, and I don't think the battle's over yet. I don't think Arbar's done, because if you look at the difference in ERS, there's a big difference, a big gap.
I mean, Arbar's such a sneaky driver where there's nothing, like, we don't really focus on him much, but he just always ends up in the top 5. It's very...
he's very consistent.
Yeah, a very stealthy driver is Arbar. He just kind of sneaks up on you, but I think Fenrique in the wet just is not a match. I think he's just fantastic. In these conditions, Swarner is next on his list, 2 seconds with 4 laps to go.
He's made up 6/10 in half a lap.
It's really fantastic.
Not even half a lap.
It is very impressive.
Now, the only thing I can think of here is Swarner's just trying to play it safe, because he does still have 40% ERS. He does have more than Fenrique. Fenrique is using basically battery just to catch him. So if Swarner's smart here and keeps on just saving his ERS, and keeps doing the things he is doing currently right now, he's looking pretty good. And did we say Fenrique had a penalty, or he had the 2 warnings still?
Fenrique doesn't have a penalty. Still top 3 clean in Arbar. That's 3 seconds.
So
It's telemetry, but it's confirming top 3 have no penalties.
Correct.
Oh, yeah, thank you, Al.
Fenrique does have 2 warnings, though. So Fenrique is kind of close to getting a penalty, so one more corner cut, I believe he would get one, but he has closed that gap mightily in 1 lap. It is almost under a second, so we still have 2 laps to go here, or 2.5. Is it 2.5? Yeah, 2.5.
Yeah, 2.5. Quick maps.
Yeah. Another thing worth noting is Perry's starting to catch that Arbar as well. Arbar's dropped 2 seconds from Fenrique.
His battle.
Yeah, Damon's Gaming in the comments. Shout out to Damon's Gaming. Rooting for Perry. Perry has done a fantastic job today with what looks to be. Can never predict these things in these situations, in these conditions, but it does look like he will be online for P5. Is Arbar has dropped back quite a bit. Wow, Fenrique is just so good in the way.
I think I figured out how he's making up all his time. Not only is he just quick around the track, but he just brakes like he would in the dry and locks them up a little bit. But because it's still wet, right, there's none of that like kind of tire rub as much as you would in the dry. So he's basically just braking whenever he wants, like wherever he needs to. And he's making so much time in the corners because of it. Like, look at that. Just locks up, no problem, gets the car stopped, and he gets, yeah, look. Just look how much trouble he gets out of the corner.
I mean, he's not taking the normal exit lines. He is accelerating in the wet, which is what you're supposed to do, but it's hard to do.
Yes.
Unless you're I mean, he's taking this where, I mean, even as soon as he starts accelerating out of the first corner of that double apex, he's got his left side tires in the untouched inside. We're gonna watch him, and he's gonna cut right here.
I think Fenrique is on a wheel now, I believe. I remember this week he said something about he's on a wheel now. So we'll have to ask him, but I wouldn't doubt it. But this is really good price if we've just got a wheel.
Tom Rez says someone in the top 10 is about to DNF on the final lap. Not sure.
Because look who's in 11th. Look who's in 11th for Dom.
No.
Juventus. So he thinks someone in the top 10 might lose it because
Juventus.
His favorite.
That's Perry has closed the gap on Arbar for P4. Really strong drive from Perry today.
We're on the last lap, aren't we? Yep.
Yeah, we sure are. Time flies when you're having fun, huh?
Yeah.
I'm not sure which one of these two to watch at the moment. Fenrique in P3, half a second behind. Does not look like that catch up, Codemasters, as he's running around keeping these tires as cool as possible in the standing water as he proceeds to launch in this. This is some fantastic wet weather driving from Fenrique.
Yeah, from both of them, honestly, because Swarner still had good pace. I know Fenrique has caught up to him, but even to hold him off like he has been the whole whole lap, basically, he is just keeping that gap. It is close, and it looks like Fenrique might get a run here, but you could just see the difference in the two for ERS. Swarner has about 20% more ERS than Fenrique, but Fenrique is going to get that.
Whoop.
Oh, as we speak of it. But it's Juventus. Well, he said something in the top 10. Oh, as AA wins the race.
AA crosses the line. This is the second time in a row that we haven't even been able to watch this because of the battle going on in the Red Bull camp.
Get it, but they have a Swarner looks like he's gonna get it. Well done from Swarner and Fenrique.
Good drive from Swarner. Good drive from Fenrique. I think Perry Arbar did get Perry back. I think, or Perry was not able to do that. Nicholas is gonna come across in P7. Probably not the way that he wanted to start off the season. A championship favorite, but he did say that he was busy racing in real life.
And well done to our fill-in in the Alpha today, Tichy, for finishing in a nice P8. So some points for the Alpha boys today. Well done.
Yeah, I'll make sure to listen to God Save the Queen later in Ferrari. A disastrous strategy, unfortunately, for Fatal and Lopez here. Fatal down there in P10. I think he had pace to do a little bit better than that. Juventus, or DK in P11, Juventus in 12, Wing It in 13th. Lopez is just gonna do some donuts here because I think he's pretty angry with himself.
So
I think Forza in 14th. What's up?
If you look at the top two, I know it's not realistic cars or anything, but we have a Williams winning 2 races in a row. When was the last time we had a Williams win 2 F1 Grand Prix in a row, back to back?
As tempted as I am to say Montoya did it at some point, I think it's actually going to go back to probably Nigel Mansell in 1992.
You don't think Damon Hill after him?
Oh, Damon Hill.
Villeneuve?
I don't know. Villeneuve didn't. You're the Canadian here.
Well, there you go. Well, there's your there's the chat's question of the day. When was the last time Williams did that? Maybe get on Wikipedia. Can see what it is.
Well, I've got to host the rest of this, Kano. So how about you do that?
Well, I will Wikipedia it.
But
I do. Wikipedia was a verb as well.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. We're hitting all the stops here tonight. It's been an eventful evening of racing. It took about 35 minutes longer than we hoped to get underway, but AA with his second one of the season in a row for Williams. Swarner in P2, his first class podium. Fenrique with a fantastic drive in P3. Arbar in P4, Perry in P5, Bean in P6, Nicholas P7, Tichy filling in for Alpha in P8, Mitch in P9, Fatal in P10, and DK, Juventus, Wing It, Forza Fredo, Lopez, LR Hypes, KD fill out the bunch. Driver of the day, fellas.
I'm gonna give it to Swarner. You know, he wasn't the fastest last season. He had his struggles, like I said, in the race, but the way he raced today was just really good. So I will give it to him for my driver of the day.
That's fair. Bod?
I don't know, I think AA put on a dominant performance again, really asserting his authority at the top of the field, so I think just in terms of consistency and pace, he's got to take it. There were some pretty impressive performances and a few disappointing performances for some drivers in that race, but AA stuck to his guns and pulled out the results, so I think I'd have to give it to him. There are many commendable drivers though who put in a good race, so I agree with you guys as well. But I'll stick with my man Dadele.
Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment. I think both of them are as well, and I don't want to just fill out the podium here. Fenrique as well, with a fantastic drive there in the late stages. An interesting strategy choice, turning into a podium whenever in a completely dry race. I don't think a podium would have been likely. He's probably going to take that from me. Oh, you know what? Alp does say for the question here. I don't know if you're looking it up, Kano, or I don't. It might be.
I'm trying to find it.
Alp might be using his Google fingers. He says 2003 Europe and France. So that would be the Nürburgring.
I'll give that to him because I am not seeing anything.
Do we have?
That would have been
the drivers here.
Sorry?
Do we have the drivers, Bod?
Alm's just coming now. Yep. Warner should be coming pretty quick to himself. We'll just wait for everyone to get him before we do anything.
It's not the first time someone said that about Warner.
Did leave the session, so I'm not.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Fenrique is really comfortable enough with his English to kind of do these things. Yet.
Yes, he does say he unfortunately doesn't have the greatest English ability.
He's working on it. He's working on it.
It's good enough, for us to talk to, but if he's not comfortable, that's also okay. It's still brilliant race from him. He threw, hit it for those mediums again. But Kitten thought it was over for him from there, and proved them wrong.
Hey, records are meant to be broken, and my statements during broadcasts are meant to be also broken. Yeah. Bod, you want to conduct the interviews here to this week? Oh, I thought we were going to hit Double A first. I don't want to talk to Double A either, dude. Double A needs to start last next time.
He needs to start where the Williams really deserves to start. 50. I don't know if you invited Swarner. Bob?
Might not be friends.
Swarner has not been invited yet. Bod has just left the party. Kitten, you are...
Oh, hello. Hello, then. Alright, well, I guess... I guess it's a bit of a microcosm for the start. Might as well finish the same way. Connor, you can talk better if you wanna lead the.
You know what? I will start it. Swarner has just joined. Obviously, we usually start last to first, so we're gonna do that in the same point. Swarner.
Woo! Hell yeah.
Well done on your second position. Just give us a lowdown on how you felt. You qualified quite well. You qualified in the top 5. Obviously, we had that issue that we had to kind of reset the race. The rain came, and how you felt about that, and then your battle with Fenrique after last week, having not so much good luck as today.
Yeah, qualifying was great. It took me about 6 times, and I spun out like 3 times trying to get a lap together, but I finally put it together on the last lap. Set about what I expected around a second off Double A here. But saw rain was in the forecast, and I like the mixed conditions. The mixed conditions part feels great. Once we go to inners, man, my pace go drop off like a rock. But yeah, Fenrique, I just did my best to burn the ERS, keep him behind me, because I do not want a side-by-side battle with him at all.
Well, that is fair enough. Again, brilliant. Kitten, anything to add before I finish off this morning?
No, good drive. I mean, I was kind of hoping for a part 2 of you and Fenrique on the last lap, but looks like you held him off quite comfortably.
To the back straight, I had about 6 snaps of oversteer. That sucked, but we managed.
That's all that matters.
Yes, it is. Well, well done for Swarner for finishing P2. Brilliant for your championship push now to get back in the hunt. Obviously, after you're unfortunate.
For best of the rest. Don't forget.
Okay, yeah, best of the rest. Okay, if you want to be best of the rest and you don't think you're going to be a championship, fine. Best of the rest. You know what? You're fighting it. You've made a good standpoint, and you know what? You made some good moves too, especially on the move on R-bar was definitely probably one of the better moves of your race, because you just showed how you kept catching him, and his tires looked like they were going off, and you just made a good move.
He was struggling out there, but consistency is key.
Exactly. All right, we're gonna move to the winner for the second week in a row. Obviously, I'm starting to feel bad for this, as I was the person to bring him here, but you know what? It's fun. He's happy as hell because he's won 2 in a row. He is flying. He has won another race by over 15 seconds, winning it by about almost 20 seconds again. So, Double A, you know what? I don't really have much to say because we couldn't really focus on you in the race because there was so much happening behind you, but it looked like you just had it comfortably covered the whole race. Yes. Absolutely, you did a wonderful job. Hopefully you'll have your teammate next week. He hasn't been here for the first 2 weeks, and you really need, you're doing your job, but you're going to need a little bit of help maybe down the road if people are going to fight for the constructors. You're going to need that second guy to kind of help you out there. So right now, doesn't look like you need it, but maybe in the future you might need someone to hop in there just to help you get a few more points for the constructors.
Of course you did. Of course you did.
Probably good practice.
Hey now.
Nothing.
Just because he's better than you doesn't mean you can.
Yeah, I'll take that one on the chin.
real life practice. Definitely probably paid his dividends there.
Ken, do you have anything to add for Double A?
No, I want to touch on how this was very similar to last week in Barcelona. This was pretty much the same kind of conditions. Thankfully, from your point of view, Double A, that you already had that lead, you had that gap. How important is breaking DRS as soon as you do? Because both at the start of the race and once the safety car went out, and obviously Fenrique was leading on the mediums, you clocked out pretty much within the first minute and a half. Yeah, well, it's certainly boding well for you so far. Pole win after your first one, not too bad. But I think I'm gonna wrap it up about now. Next week we will be in the outskirts of one of the most beautiful cities in the world, Milan. We will be at Monza. Definitely not as technical as this. Or Barcelona for that matter, but it's going to be more raw pace. Should be a different kind of race, I think, for everybody. But for our podium getters, Swarner and Double A, if Enrique couldn't make it, obviously. But for me, Badhad, and Kano here in the commentary booth, we will talk to you guys next week.